Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. It is Tuesday, November 4th, 7:30 in the morning. YieldMax just announced their Group 1 declarations, so that's what we're going to be going over in this video. So YieldMaxETFs.com is the website. You've got your distribution schedule, and we'll come back to that in just a minute. So reminder, I'm on X at ETF_Inspector1. If you don't get their emails, you can follow them on X, YieldMax ETFs, and get that post pretty much at the same time. It might come a couple minutes after the email comes out. Or you could just follow me and I'll repost it, but whatever you want to do. So let's just take a quick look. Some people are not happy. Time for me to sell Ulti, paying below 8 cents. This guy's making fun of it. Others, Juice Mining says 10K of feet Ulti and LFGY beats 10K of YieldMax this week. Some people are loving the LFGY payments. So I wanted to scroll down here just to point out, just in case you're not super savvy on X, take a look. There's all kinds of fakes out there that are trying to get you to click on links that are no good for you. If you notice, that does not say YieldMax, it says YieldMax, FTEs. And so it's going to cause you some trouble. You got another one, same thing. So be careful. A lot of times there are imposters trying to trick you and get you to click on stuff. Okay. So before we get into the email, right, we would just go to the website. You can go to distributions. Here's the schedule. So today happens to also be the announcement day, declaration day for the Target 12 funds. So we'll talk about them as well. There's only 3 of them. Group 1, right, here we are, 11/4. So record day is is the 5th, tomorrow, or X day, and then the 6th, Thursday, is payday. Same thing for these Target 12s. And then it just tells us what's part of Group 1 that we'll be going through, and it's Chippy, Feet, 5E, GPTY, LFGY, QDTY, RDTY, SDTY, Salty, Ulti, YMAG, and YieldMax. Tomorrow you'll get all of Group 2's announcements, and sorry I don't make a video going through, I think it's like 44 or 39 or something like that. I'd get too bored of myself. Okay, if you want to get signed up for that email, you just go to that website, YieldMaxETFs.com, click on Stay Connected, scroll down, put your email and your name in there, click Submit, and you will start getting the emails. They come out at 6:55 on the morning of declaration. Okay, if you've seen these videos before, I like to punch them into my own little calculator just so we can name a winner. And for the first time since I've been doing it, Ulti has been dethroned. So not going to go through all the details on this page because we've got them all on the email, but Feet, that's the featured 5 fund, paying out an 86+%, which is right around what Ulti usually pays, but Ulti a little low, 83.8. So we'll get into the numbers on this email. Okay, so going down the line, we've got Chippy first. They're the Semiconductor Portfolio Option Income Fund. I like them a lot. Paying 45.95 cents per share. For some reason, that just doesn't sound like the number I typed in. Okay, it is. That comes out to a little over 40% annual yield, and 0% of that was return of capital, meaning they actually earned that income over the course of the week. Love to hear that. Feet, the winner here, YieldMax's Dorsey Wright Featured 5 Income Fund, paying 52.97 cents per share, which is 86+%, like we just said. So they are crowned the winner, and it was 0% ROC, or 100% return of capital. Now, I'm not understanding how Ulti's being the... Oh, never mind. Confusing myself. Okay, 5E is very similar to Feet. It's YieldMax's Dorsey Wright Hybrid 5 Income ETF, paying 43.58 cents per share, or 60.63 annual yield, and only 5.15% of that was return of capital, meaning they earned just about 95% of that income in a week. GPTY, basically the AI version of CHPY or Chippy. It's a portfolio fund as well. Another one I like a lot. 33.66 cents per share is a 35.78% annual yield. And again, 0% return of capital or 100% income. LFGY, another portfolio fund. This is the crypto industry fund. Another one I like a lot. 55.25 cents per share is 81.27%. So if you've been following these for a while, up until a few weeks ago, they just paid 65% all the time. So we've been getting some 80s, and it's nice. And again, 100% income, 0% return of capital. QDTY, so we've got three in a row here. QDTY, RDTY, and SDTY, they are 0 DTE, which is 0 days till expiration, covered call ETFs on the indexes, Q on the NASDAQ 100, R on the Russell 2000, and S on the S&P 500. So they sell a daily expiring call to generate income on the funds and then pay out weekly. So Q, 26.84 cents per share is just over 30% annual yield, and they made all that money this week. 0% return of capital, all income. RDTY on the Russell 2000, 37.39 cents per share is 44.86% annual yield. Again, they made it all. 0% return of capital. SDTY on the S&P, 21.2 cents per share is 23.88% annual yield. And about 40% of that was return of capital, so nearly 60% of it was income. Salty, the ultra short option income fund, feels like this one should be doing good because our portfolios have not been happy lately, getting a lot of down days. So shorting should be working out. 53.56 cents per share is a 73.76% annual yield, and 80.6% of that was return of capital, so just under 20% was income. Next, we have Ulti. This is the most, well, we'll call it the most popular of all of these by way of assets under management. Ulti gets just as much love as it gets hate on the internet. Big time here, 7.88 cents per share. That is the lowest they have ever paid. But they're also, I think they're sitting at the lowest share price they've ever been at, so it would make sense that the payout percentage of that is going to come down. It's still 83.56% annual yield, and 100% of that was return of capital. YMAG, this is a Magnificent 7 fund of option income ETFs. So this is going to be a collection of your, call it safer with quotation marks, individual income funds, the 7 that make up the Mag 7, paying 13.19 cents per share or 44.19% annual yield, and 59.28% of that was return of capital. What was that, leaving about 40 to 41% as income? And finally, YMax, this is your universe fund of funds. It's all the individual income funds combined, 17.43 cents per share, just over 75% annual yield, and 63.5% of that was return of capital, so about 36.5% was income. Generally, that would be the end, but let's just switch back. Sorry, that note was catching my eye, just seeing if that meant. All right, so we got a note. Salty is hereinafter referred to as the short ETF. That's interesting. Wonder why they're changing the name. They talk about the different management fees and expense ratios down here. So I'm not going to sit here and read through all these right now, but we should probably check out the fine print before moving forward. So if you get the email, go ahead and read that. I will read it afterwards. I'm not going to hold you guys through the video while I read that, but we'll be checking that out. But like we said, it is also the Target 12 funds. YieldMax's ETFs, Biggie, Renty, and Socky. Biggie is a Target 12 Big 50 option income ETF. I think people have been missing on this one because I believe this is a lot of what people have been asking for, but people are not flooding their money into it. So the Target 12 funds, it's real easy to figure out what their distribution rate's going to be, 12, 12, 12. Okay, but so people want NAV stability, they say, or they want growth potential and a payout. So that's what these Target 12 funds are supposed to do. So the YieldMax Target 12 Big 50 Option Income Fund, paying 54.15 cents per share. Of course, that's 12% annual yield. 0% return of capital means they made all the money to pay that out, and then if they made any more, then their share price would have increased. And there you go. So they're going to pay out every 4 weeks. So here's their month, up a little over 3%. So as you can see, they can generate income to pay you out a monthly or every 4 week payout, as well as grow their share price. Now, I'm not super familiar with how long they've been around. Since August, they're up 7%. Since May, they're up 17%. Year to date, of course, everybody's graph looks like that because of that, what was it called? Liberation Day, or I don't know, Tariff Day. Even with that, bounced down and back, up 8%, plus they've been paying monthly 12% payouts. So I would assume that makes you up roughly 20% if you didn't reinvest your distributions over the course of the year. So maybe that's one you might want to start looking at. Renty is next, YieldMax Target 12 Real Estate Option Income ETF. So if you're looking to have some sort of a investment related to real estate, 49.63 cents per share. Again, it's 12%. And the majority of that was return of capital, 96.89%. Let's see how Renty has been doing. I got to make sure I get the ticker right. RNTY. So they have only come out after the big drop, down about 2.8% on the year, but they've been paying out a 12% annual yield. So you would still be up overall over the course of the year, but not by a whole lot. It's going to have started at 50. You would have received a handful of monthly payments, and it's still at 49.44. And then finally, Socky, YieldMax's Target 12 Semiconductor or Option Income ETF, 62.1 cents per share. Again, it's 12% annual yield. They made all of that and then some because it was 0% return to capital, 100% income. So let's look at Socky, maybe another one you might be interested in. Let's see, we'll start with the month because they're paying out. So share price has increased 3.8% over the course of the month, and they are paying out 12% annual yield. If we go to year to date, up 24.24 cents, plus been paying out 12%. So you're up at like 36% annual yield. Man, if we go from like the lows of the beginning of April till now, they're up 69, almost 70%. So, this might be a good one. Semiconductors, right? Can't go wrong. Okay, that is all I have for you. I appreciate you watching. Keep an eye out for other videos that we put out daily, more than once a day. So have a good rest of your day. Good luck trading. Remember, everything that got announced today, you can still buy it today to get the distribution. Tomorrow is X day. You cannot buy tomorrow to receive it. But if you buy tomorrow, the distribution amount will have been taken out of the share price. So you got to decide, do you buy it today to get the distribution and know that your share price is going to drop by that amount tomorrow, or do you buy it tomorrow at a discount, but you don't get the distribution this week. So your decision, and catch you in the next video. Thank you.